Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy spaghetti sauce. Hi, I'm Aaliyah Millam. I'm the founder of the food blog Premeditated Leftovers and author of Prep Ahead Meals from Scratch. Now, I know we all love Grandma's 3-hour spaghetti sauce, but sometimes that just doesn't fit into our schedule. So I'm going to show you how I make a super quick and easy cheater recipe that your family will enjoy. Okay, so I start with 2 cans, 15 ounces of tomato sauce. Now I tend to buy organic tomato sauce in bulk at Costco, so you can see if you can find it there when you're there on your next trip. You can get a case and it ends up being less than $1 a can, I believe. Don't check my math, or go ahead and check my math. Okay, so after we have the 2 cans of tomato sauce, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of oregano. I like getting the spices I use a lot in these really big containers. And I use these Utensi measuring spoons because when it gets down to the bottom, they'll reach all the way down. And I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of basil. I really like basil. Now I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of onion powder. And what I want you guys to do is just use my recipe as a guide. If you don't like as much onion powder or as much garlic as I do, then cut it back. If you want more, add more. Okay, so then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder. Now those are the 4 ingredients that I consider absolutely crucial, that we absolutely want to add. But then I have 3 more that I like to add, and that is a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary, a 1/4 teaspoon of thyme, I'm getting low here on these, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground sage. Now, if you don't have these in your cupboard, or if you're not crazy about them, then leave them out. Or if you like them even more than I do, then add more. Okay, we're going to stir that in, and we're going to turn this up to medium-high, and we're going to let it come to a boil. Now, once it comes to a boil, then what we're going to do is we're going to put the lid on, turn the temperature down to low, and let it simmer for 5 minutes, and voila! You have spaghetti sauce that's really flavorful. Now, how does this work? Because I know you're like, I know my grandma, it takes her hours to make this perfectly delicious, flavorful spaghetti sauce. Well, the thing is if you start with fresh onions and fresh garlic, and you're using fresh spices, it takes a long time for that flavor to be distributed throughout the sauce. And that's why it has to simmer for so long. But since we're using dry ground spices, it doesn't take very long at all for the spices to get mixed throughout the sauce and become flavorful very quickly. And I have a pizza sauce I do this with too. Now the other thing, this is completely optional, and it really depends upon the tomato sauce you buy. I recommend tasting the tomato sauce. Now the sauce that I used, I made some earlier, and so I know that this is just a little bit tart. A little bit tartar than my family would like. So I'm going to go ahead and add I'm using a 1 teaspoon, but it's about 3/4 of a teaspoon of sugar in there. But I always taste it. Sometimes the cans of tomato sauce, you'll taste it and you're like, this is perfect. So always do it by flavor whenever you're adding sugar or salt. Because sometimes some of the tomato sauces already have salt in them. Okay. So why do I do this? Because I could just pick up a spaghetti packet, right? Well, I don't know if you've ever done spice packet math, but if you ever do, you will find that spices in packets are more expensive per pound than anything else that you buy. So I like to buy my spices in bulk. A jar this size of rosemary will cost $4 or $5. But I can buy spices in bulk for anywhere from $4 to $9. Usually I never pay over, I think I have paid $9 maybe for onion powder at one point. So I can get all of this for the cost of one of these jars, right? So you do the math. It makes sense, right, to buy it in bulk. But then once you have it in bulk, you can make your own spice mixes. Okay, so this is boiling. You probably see it splashing up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the lid on and we're gonna lower the temperature and we're gonna let it simmer for 5 minutes. That's it. And the amount of time it takes to boil spaghetti noodles, I can make homemade spaghetti sauce. I'll be back when this is done simmering, and just so you can see how thick and delicious it is. Okay, it's done simmering. Now we simmered it for a little bit more than 5 minutes because we realized we needed to go out and feed the horse. But the beauty of this is it's very forgiving. As long as you simmer it for at least 5 minutes, it's gonna be delicious. But if you need to simmer it for longer, you can. It's just gonna be more flavorful. So you can see how nice and thick that is. I'm gonna serve it on spaghetti so you can really get a sense of how thick and delicious it is. If you're not yet following me, go ahead and do that. And also, check and see if you're getting notifications. That way you never miss a quick and easy recipe from me. Okay, let's serve this up. You can check the link below and find a printable recipe for this quick and easy spaghetti sauce. Enjoy, and if you make this for your family, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think of it.